Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video we're going to be doing Golandian history. Since most of you guys have voted for the video and I know it's been a while since I've done it, that's because I'm right now currently working on my collection update videos, and that will come out probably tomorrow because I'm down to one army that I need to take pictures of, and then once that's done I'll have all the pictures I have and edit the video and make sure it's ready for you guys to see. So far, it looks like a lot of you guys have liked my content. Even shout out to Army Men Initiative for responding to my comments and to also commenting on one of my videos. It's really an honor to have you comment on my videos. And for anyone else out there that knows who Army Men Initiative is, go subscribe to him and also subscribe to me. But mostly subscribe to him because he needs more. He's working on more stuff and he's trying to revive what we all loved when we were kids, which is to bring back the Army Men community and the Army Men stop motion universes. Anyway, today's video we're going to be learning about one of the countries of Tenyo, Goland, and then later in the video there will be some announcements. So please stay tuned. Let's get into today's video. The origins of Goland was on June 24th, 2022. Goland was discovered by Kandahar, and the leader of the country was Anton Kowalski, and he's still leader today. The government system of Goland is democratic, so they would have a president, and Anton Kowalski is the president of Goland. Next are how Goland developed over the years. On the same day that Goland was discovered, they joined the AMIPR, which AMIPR stands for those who are new, Army Men International Peace Recommendation. It's basically like it's like the Army Men version of NATO or the European Union, and they are a council group that focuses on peace around the world and to avoid wars as soon as they could. AMIPR Council and the International Trade System, which is ITS. And that's hosted by Kandahar, and Kandahar is the main person in charge of the whole trading system, since they're neutral and are very biased, and they help people by trading supplies and trading money to help gain supplies for everyone to have enough money for their war materials, supplies, everything they need. Kandahar could provide. Just wanted to let y'all know. Goland remained independent and neutral until September 28th of 2022, when Tynarania, which is in my universe Russia, threatens the world that he was going to invade their country, and therefore Goland went to war with the Allies during the First Imperial War. The war resulted in victory for Goland and its allies, but even though the war was over, Goland suffered a lot of devastation. Goland was still recovering from the war, and Goland, along with Ukraine, was later sold to Tynarania by Grayton on November 6, 2022, resulting with Goland now being under Tynaranian occupation. Now, what happened there was Goland and Ukraine were actually the two nations that were found together, but this is Golandian history. But if you want to learn more about Ukrainian history, then type in the comments. But anyway, Goland was independent and didn't want to be occupied or conquered. But Tynarania tried to conquer them, but they were with the Allies and they won the war. One of those allies was Grayton, and the leader of Grayton was Franz Dinheimer. And Franz Dinheimer, the Chancellor of Grayton, since they're Germany, made a deal with Sarkiev of Tynarania, which was the leader of Tynarania, to occupy Goland and Ukraine. In order for him to own those two nations, he had to give him a lot of money to make the deal official. So Grayton sold Goland and Ukraine for 50 million Deutschmarks, and Tynarania gave them a lot of money in Deutschmarks from their currency into Deutschmarks, and that deal was made, and that was it. Golan didn't like it that they were treated like crap, even though they served with them to be independent. And since they were sold, they had no choice but to get used to it. Because even if they started an uprising or tried to revolt, their forces at this time were not powerful like Tyrania's. Tyrania's was powerful, and they had grown over the years. So Golan the only nation that did like Tyranian occupation was Ukraine, but it will Ukraine, not Ukraine, Ukraine. Anyway, that's about Ukraine, and we'll learn about them probably in the future. But we'll focus on Golan. So anyway, so Golan had lost a lot of soldiers during the Imperial War and had no choice but to adapt to their occupiers. Golan and Tanarania helped prepare the cities. Golan and hold on. Plus the brother-in-law of the Tsar. Tsar Kiev was the real Tsar, but he also married a woman by the name of Anna Romanov Magarich, and her brother Alexei Magarich would be his brother-in-law, and his brother-in-law was more friendly and more nice. Same with Kiev, but Kiev was more power-hungry and determined to own everything and have an empire. But Alexei was the kind-hearted, nice gentleman. So he felt bad about like what his brother caused from the First Imperial War, and now since they owned them, he felt more bad. So in order to help Golan repair their cities and destruction, Alexei gave some of their money to Golan to help pay for damages, which the Golandian civilians liked Alexei. But when Kiev was back in power a few months later, Golan had to give some of their money and some of their materials to Tynarania because of his ruling. And when they owned somebody, they have to pay a number amount of materials, including taxes and stuff like that. So yeah, Golan had a relationship with Alexei, but Alexei wasn't the real leader, and that was the biggest disappointment for the Golandian army. Anyway, Golan had some good relations with Tynarania through trade, and once again war was caused, and the Golandian soldiers were hired as mercenaries for the Tynaranian army during the Second Imperial War. It resulted with Golan, Tynarania, and their supporters surrendering to the Allies, and one of the peace terms was for Tynarania to let Golan free from their occupation, which Golan was glad about. And Anton's terms of peace were for Tasmania to pay for damages they caused to their nation, because Tasmania was attacking their nation, and even though they were fighting, Tasmania still had to pay war reparations for their country, since they already have been rebuilding and everything. And they were happy that they were freed, so they were glad to be independent again. After a while, the nation of Golan was at peace and had good income from their international trade, and their cities and towns and everything that they once lost from the First War and the Second War were finally repaired and left untouched from other wars. Golan remained at peace until the nation was invaded by Austria in Great Britain during the Second and Green and Tan War. Sorry guys, I have to hold the phone. I have to move it to read my script for this nation. Green and Tan War. After the war was over, Golan had to rebuild itself again. But it's finally repaired again and never been touched. And it's glad to be and it still is independent, still has a democracy, and is neutral in future affairs. So now we have learned the history of Golan. We're now moving on to the announcements, and then after the announcements, the outro. Okay, guys. So for announcements, after this video is gonna be posted, and after you guys, I probably said a lot too much, everything. Anyway, so this is Golandian history. Thank you for watching. Now for announcements, the third part of the Armament Collection update will be coming out probably around this weekend or maybe next week. But we're not sure. Well, I'm not sure yet. But I'll let you guys know. And depending on if I get it done, it'll be posted soon. As for... There's still a lot going on with, you know, the personal life and everything. So I'll try to get it done as fast as I can. And anyway, Tenyo, it's about to come out pretty soon. And then after Tenyo, we have another continental nations known as the Pacificans. And they have a few countries right now that have been represented. And I will do them, and then that'll be the end of my Armament Collection Armament Collection update part 3. That'll be part 4, but after part 3 comes out. And then after that, I'm going to do my historical population, which I still got like a lot of soldiers to set up, take pictures, and edit and film each one. So those may come out within probably a month or a week, depending on how much time I have to make it. But as of now, the third part of my universe collection is being filmed and would be ready by the time this video is posted. So stay tuned, be alert, look out for my posts. And for those that are new subscribers and you have any questions about my channel, please feel free to ask. And if you don't want to, that's fine. And also, I'm going to be making a suggestion post too. So when you see that, fill it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and enjoy your weekend.